Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Paige.
And this is the Pretty Please podcast.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Pretty Please podcast. On this episode, Lauren and I kind of just wanted to us to talk and catch you up on some things. I know a lot of you all have seen different things out there about Bates closing their storefront, myself potentially doing a commercial kitchen and things like that. So we just kind of wanted to chit chat and kind of get you all into knowing more behind the scenes part of all of that.
Yeah.
So I think we should start with the hot topic because it's coming up.
It is.
And by the time this episode comes out, it'll be official.
Done. Yeah.
But Bates is closing their storefront.
Yes, I am. It's bittersweet. And when people ask me, why, it's not just like one specific thing.
No, it's not.
I feel like there's definitely multiple reasons. My main one is my gut.
Yeah.
My gut was like telling me that this was the right thing to do. I mean, I've been open for 8 years now.
When I think a lot of people, what they don't realize, whenever I started with you, when I still had my corporate job, when we would go up in your office, you were saying then, like, I just don't know about the storefront. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I think, and you always said things happen for a reason, but when I did lose my job and we've seen, like, when there are other individuals in there that can help you on the social media level, where it can go.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing now. I feel like life is just busy.
It's so busy.
Especially mine, being a business owner and a mother. And I know everybody else out there can agree. Life is busy. And yes, you may have some time to go shop in a store, but most people don't.
No, and I think a lot of the foot traffic that we do see, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm just killing some time, a quick 10 minutes or whatever. And let's be honest, as much as you have in your store, 10 minutes isn't going to cut looking through everything that you have in there.
No, and it's like people come in and do a sweep, and I'm like, there's absolutely no way that you even looked at everything. 10 pieces. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, people just don't shop in person like they used to.
And I feel like that's not just for boutiques. I feel like that's for anything and everything.
Yeah. And going a little bit deeper into that, it's like with Amazon being so fast, and we're pretty dang fast too. We ship out same day.
Amazon's trying to back it down a little.
So
and I think they're realizing that
we're
they can't.
just as fast sometimes as Amazon. So like, if you're able to get it that quick, why not ship it to yourself?
And I feel like a lot of our locals are even doing pickup. And we're still going to offer that option online.
For sure.
Like, they can still order online and pick up, and we're going to have an area here. If they want to try it on while they're here, they can.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's the way of the world
It is. It's just changing. So that is definitely one of the reasons. I would say we just do a lot more online business now than we did before. So it just made sense to go online. There were some personal reasons as well. I have a 1.5-year-old, and we eventually do want more kids. And I just felt like I was torn between that mom guilt and the work guilt, and I just couldn't be present at both at the same time. So it was just like pulling me in two different directions. So I do feel like that definitely had a big part in it. Our lease was coming up anyway, so I knew I either had to make a decision whether it was to stay or to go.
Well, and I think, too, you're leasing, and if you don't know, the warehouse for you is an investment. It's yours.
Yeah, which is huge.
It's massive.
So right now, I mean, I do feel like I'm dumping everything into it right now, but in the long run, it's going to pay itself off. And I'm really excited about that.
Well, there are things, too, that you want to focus on for the boutique to continue to grow it. But when you had that storefront, we just couldn't. We didn't have the time. We didn't have the willpower. Like, we didn't have the time.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And I feel like we definitely will have a little bit more flexibility, because I felt like when customers were coming in and we were live, either one of the two was getting neglected.
Yeah.
It was hard to juggle it all. And it's like
100%.
we're back here trying to ship 50 orders and get it off the racks so that these people that are coming in don't grab it accidentally, and then we're having to refund or something like that, which didn't happen often, but it happened enough to where I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's not. I want people, if I'm gonna have a storefront, I want the people that are walking in there to get my full on attention, and I just wasn't able to give that.
Well, and I think too there are other ways to be present in your community, like Christmas Village and things like that, where people during the holiday times, like that's where they go shopping.
Yeah,
it really is. When there's multiple vendors in one area, like
for sure,
you can
knock out
so many things.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't love doing pop-ups. That's not my thing. I think maybe in the future I'll get like a trailer or something that's just ready to go. You just pull it up and open it up and it's ready to go. If I do end up doing more than just Christmas Village. I mean, that's always a possibility. But I also do hope to do like little sip-in shops here. I want people to see the little house and the warehouse. Like it's a really cool transformation, and I'm actually going through old pictures now of when we bought the house, and we completely took it down to the studs.
Oh, I remember. It was disgusting.
It was so gross. I can't believe somebody actually lived in here. It was so bad.
Well, and it had 2 front doors.
Yeah. We've done so much. It is a family investment. I didn't say that, but the house is a family investment. So we were able to come in and completely just gut it, make it how we wanted it. So I'm really excited to show those before and afters. I'm going back to see, I actually have one drafted right now of the backyard and the old barn that used to be back there. Oh,
yeah.
And I need to go back there and do a new one. So it'll be really cool, and I think people will enjoy seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to share it. And honestly, it's funny because when I took all those befores, I had no clue why I was taking them.
Everything happens for a reason.
No idea. I just did it thinking, oh, I mean, this would be cool to show.
Look back.
Yeah. And here we are. I had no clue until
this 2 months ago? 3 months ago?
I had no clue that this was going to be the future bait.
No, because you were originally going to sell it, and then you were maybe going to
rent we were going to sell this house.
And then, I mean, here we are.
Yeah. Yep. And something in me was like, no, it's not meant to go anywhere. And yeah, here we are, which is crazy. So.
It's insane.
Yeah. So, and I know there's been a bunch of questions like, I don't know why I call it the little house. That's just what I've always called it. But yes, the little house sits right in front of the warehouse.
Yes.
So they are right beside each other.
Yes.
So I know there was a little bit of, everybody's like, well, what are you talking about? And then I had somebody ask me today, they're like, so are you moving in the little, and I'm like, no. I'm like, that's not where I live. I'm like, that's strictly for podcast and
so essentially
all that stuff.
The little house, like Lauren said, is in front of the warehouse. But the little house is going to have where like people see us go live, our offices, dressing room, content creation. The warehouse is strictly going to store all of the goodies.
Inventory. Yep. So, and we don't exactly know what that looks like.
No, we don't.
I'm anxious to like get in here. We're still waiting on a few things in the warehouse to get done before we can actually start putting things in there. Yeah. I'm anxious to get in there and like actually figure out how it's all going to look.
I have an idea of like what I can picture, but again, you don't know until you get in there.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I really am. I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be fun, but it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of work.
But I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think there's some exciting things coming down the road that we don't even know yet.
Yeah, I agree for sure. I'll be excited like once the holidays come around and like we're in here and in a good routine and all of that, and be able to look back and be like, oh my gosh, like
I don't have to put an air mattress up. I can just sleep on the couch.
Yeah. Just, you know.
Lauren comes in here. What are you doing?
Hey.
I'm taking a little
if
nap.
You get tired on your lunch break, just take a little nap.
Leave me alone.
But yeah, I am really excited. Like I said, it's bittersweet for sure. It's going to be weird not driving to the store every day.
Well, and that's another thing. The little house, we just call it the little house warehouse. It's closer to your home. It's closer to my home. Yeah. Like I was thinking about the other day, it's going to cut back almost 45 minutes to an hour of my day of driving. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't realize that because I don't feel like the boutique is that far. Mm-hmm. But it's like, that's just my normal routine. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know. I am really excited for that aspect of it, for
it's
sure.
Be nice.
Yeah. But I also think that it's going to be harder for us to say no.
I know. I was thinking about that too.
And boundaries. So we will have to, set those boundaries as like, if somebody's wanting to come after hours and you're like, oh, I'm just right down the road.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, our hours are this and that. Like, yeah.
Be strict on it.
Yeah. Because
I know both of us.
Because we have families.
We do.
So it's hard and you just want to like say yes and please everybody, but you
I'm also excited for those individuals who are local who message us and are like, hey, I have a cruise coming up or I have a wedding, and we can pull some items and have it ready for them to go when they get here and they can just try it on.
I know. I'm really excited about that too because like out in the warehouse, of course, everything will be in bins. So like it won't be like on racks ready to shop. So you can't really just like come in and shop.
No.
It won't be set up like that. But yeah, if you do have something and you're looking for something specific, please reach out to us and let us help you because that is what we're here for. And like we said, you can do pickups. You can come in and try stuff on. But yeah, I think it's going to
be good.
I love that too. Like I love when people come in and they're looking for like something for a special event or something like that. And I love being able to pull just like Kim did for her little conference.
You had everything
I had everything and she loved it all. And it was awesome. She was like, I just got a whole new spring wardrobe. So I love that aspect of being a boutique owner.
Well, and I think too, you have that eye of, okay, you can put this and this together. If I'm shopping for myself, I might have not put those two things together.
Well, and like with Kim, like I was like, you can wear this and this, but you could also like she could have mixed and matched so many things and made a ton of outfits out of 6 pieces. Like you can do so much. So I love that. That is like one of my favorite things.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I really think so. I'm excited to get in and get going.
Me too. Like we said, we just have to get in here and get going and get in a good routine and figure out like the things that we need the most and have those close and accessible. And I was thinking about the other day, I'm like, I need to order big trash cans. We empty our little trash can like how many times a day?
At a time.
And I'm like, we just need a big trash can. Like I have like a mental list of things where I'm like, we're going to make this easier on us as much as we can. So
and honestly, the easier we make things on us, the faster. I mean, their packages already go out so dang fast.
Yeah.
Like same day normally.
Yeah.
It's only going to make it quicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm excited for sure, but
we'll see where it takes us. We're almost to that time.
Yeah, we are a month out.
Yeah.
Right now. We are a month out from the last day of the store. And then that whole last week of May will be in the transition. And then June.
Because right now we can't
do anything.
Move anything.
No.
I mean, we're not going to be taking the racks or anything with us. The inventory that's there, obviously we're not bringing here unless it just doesn't end up selling.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's not a ton
There's really not. And then we are having a big event on our last day open.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like clear out the store and it look empty either. So yeah, it's like we're in like this weird waiting time where it's like you can't do too much, but
we don't want to crowd the little house because the warehouse isn't done yet because we don't want to put anything in there until everything's done.
Yeah. It'll start moving and grooving in the next few weeks.
Yes, and it's going to be hitting the ground running.
Yeah. So
how do you think it's going to go for online? Like, where do you want to see this go? I don't think I've ever really asked you that question.
No, and I don't know that I have like an exact answer because I don't really know. Mm-hmm. But right now, we go live a couple times a week. Mm-hmm. And like last week while you were gone, I mean, I shipped out over 150 packages probably by the time the whole week was over. I was exhausted, let's just say.
I gave you a big goal, though.
You did.
And you were determined to hit it, and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. I barely hit it, but I hit it.
You did. You did barely hit it, but you hit it.
I am hoping that once we get into the warehouse that I'm able to have an admin day where I sit down and batch create content and schedule that out for the weeks, because right now I don't even have the time to do that.
Yeah.
That way when we're not live, because we can't be live 24/7,
No.
people are still seeing stuff and potentially purchasing and doing email drops and text drops and like all of those things, and like be able to have other revenues
Than just live.
than just being on live. Because right now I feel like we've kind of like honed in on it. And yes, don't get me wrong, it's fabulous, but like I want to be able to not have to work 24/7 to make a sale, if that makes sense. So I do feel like having that day, that admin day and batch creating content and stuff like that will help.
Well, I think it's really important for people to know and realize when we're not on live, and this goes for a lot of small businesses. I mean, sales aren't just rolling in.
No.
They're not. And if a company does have sales rolling in, they're doing everything.
Tons of different.
They're not just doing one thing. So, like, while live is an amazing source.
It is.
And we love being live with them, it's also important that not everybody has TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Either. That too.
So, okay, Facebook ads, Instagram posts, emails, text messages. There's so much out there that we haven't even had the ability to really hone in on.
No.
Because we just don't have
the time. Have the time. So I'm hoping that this will maybe give us a little bit more time to do stuff like that and to have other.
Have you thought about hiring anybody else for like customer service, social media? Her eyes are getting so big at me right now.
No, I have not.
Would you ever be able to give that up?
It would take a long time for me to let it completely go. Mm-hmm. Yes, I would be willing to hire someone to help me, but it is tough.
Oh, it is.
I am very, very picky when it comes
I'm aware.
to social media and like what is put out there for my brand. So it would be very, very tough. Yes, yeah. But I think once someone gained that trust and I knew like, you know, that they could do it without me even having to look over it, yeah. You know. But I also, that's probably one of my favorite things about the business is that creative side. Mm-hmm. So I love doing that. So I don't think I would ever fully want to give that up because I love it that much.
That makes sense.
So it would be tough. But yes, I mean, hey, you never know where things are going to take us.
No.
I mean, have to.
Yeah.
So we'll see,
That'd be crazy.
Kind of see what happens. But I mean, I definitely have some goals set for this year. So we'll see if we can hit them. And we will celebrate if we do.
I'm going to Turks and Caicos.
I didn't mean like that.
Oh, well, dang.
I meant like margaritas at the Mexican joint. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you at least put a pool out there so I can pretend?
We can do a little like doggy pool.
Okay,
like a little kid
that
pool.
Works. It's like my mom on Easter. We were complaining about how they filled in their pool.
Oh, yeah.
My mom goes, no, we still got a pool. She comes up with a blow-up pool that's 10 feet long and like 2 inches deep. And we're like, that's not what we were talking about.
That's great.
We're excited to see where Bates...
Yeah, I feel like 2025 is going to be a great year.
I'm hoping it's the year to beat.
Yeah. Yes, I think it will be.
But I think in business, it's always like your last year, you're always going to have a down year, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But you always want to come back up and you want that to be your year to beat. Like, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
But you've also got to be flexible and kind of know what to do and where to go and getting out of your comfort zone to do that.
Yeah. And like I've mentioned, I think we were talking about this the other day, like, and this kind of goes along with like other things than just TikTok because not everybody has TikTok, but we are on LTK and I feel like we don't utilize it.
No, and so if
And
you
so that's
are
a
out there,
whole nother realm of people that you can reach. So I'm hoping to, now I would love to hire somebody just to do that for me. That would be great.
what does it involve on the admin side of stuff?
Not much, but you have to, honestly, it would just be like emailing influencers and like setting up like different collaborations with people. Because anybody that is a LTK creator can go on, since we are a brand on LTK, and tag our items and earn commission.
And I think it's 10.5%.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a lot for LTK. Yeah. Most are like 7.
Okay.
So I did ours a little bit higher to kind of intrigue people to want to share, and we are a small business, so it's yeah.
If you don't know what LTK is, it's like to know it.
Yeah, it's called Like to Know It, and you can apply to be a creator.
I think it takes like 3 business days to get like approved.
Which I am personally on there, and I don't have a ton of personal followers. So like you don't have to be huge like at all. Like I think I had like 2,000 when I applied. So you don't have to have like all these followers or anything like that. You can start small and then grow. But so say for instance, your romper.
Yeah.
You took a picture in it or you were on live in it or whatever. You can put it on your LTK and it'll give you a link, and then you just give, so if anybody's interested, you just give them that link and they have to go through that link for you to get the commission on it.
Well, it's nice too because I could link the romper, I could link the bracelet, my earrings,
everything
my shoes,
in one place.
And it's all in one place.
Yeah. So you can see everything you're wearing. Yeah. So that's another thing that I'm hoping to spend a little bit more time on and just getting it out there, because I just feel like people just don't even know that we're on there.
It's out there.
Yeah. So
I get that.
See where that takes us. But
do you want to expand Bates into any more than what it is?
That's a good question.
Like right now, it's mainly women's clothing. Like men's
clothing, you mean other
baby clothing?
I've always said I do not know anything about men's clothing, and I don't know. I feel like men's clothing is just so boring. Like like Austin, like he just wants a basic shirt. Like you know, it's like it's just not very fun for me. But I'm definitely not saying no, because I've tried baby before and it's done okay.
Baby's hard. You've got to go all in or nothing.
Yes, and it's just as expensive as women's, and they grow out of it so fast. So that's a hard thing.
Well, I think sometimes people think whenever you're a boutique, you're getting wholesale items. Like you would say, oh, this romper only costs them $5, and then they're turning around and selling it for $40. That is not the case.
No.
Wholesale
prices is they're high.
Yeah.
And they keep getting higher. But I'm not going to say no, but I don't have anything like coming that I know of yet, but I'm not going to like put it out.
Completely dismiss it.
No. We might fill that warehouse up quicker than we think.
I know. That's kind of what I'm nervous of.
Yeah. So
that's another way high.
Right. We're going to have to get a
see Lauren
tall
on a ladder
out there, because it is tall.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's transition into Pretty Please.
Okay.
So right now we're doing podcast, and we've only had local small businesses on. Yeah. We had our first male on the other day.
We did. It was great.
It was phenomenal. And we're hoping within the next month to bring in a few out-of-towners.
Yeah.
And see where that takes us. Honestly, I feel like we've hit a lot of industries.
Yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like everybody has been very broad, which is a good thing. Hopefully y'all are learning something from it.
Well, we also, not just small businesses, but like lifestyle too. Like we have my mom on, we're having your mom on. We eventually want to get the boys on, knock on wood.
we'll see if that happens.
Good Lord, that one might have to be rated R.
Yeah. For adults only.
Oh, for adults only. No children.
It's been fun. It really has. I've learned a lot, and I feel like I've grown as a person doing it and learning from others.
Yeah.
So I think it's been really good for me.
It's been fun. I mean, getting to really learn some of the individual stories that, shoot, we've known for years, and I'm like, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm. It is cool learning things about people you thought you knew. Mm-hmm. We also had our first sponsor.
We did.
So that was exciting.
And let me tell you, those sheets and pajamas.
They're amazing.
I told Dustin the other day, I said, I don't know if I can go back to just Amazon sheets.
Oh, I know. They're so good.
Yes, they're pricey, but they are
worth it.
Worth every penny. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he even said he liked them and that they help keep him cool at night says a lot.
Yeah, I kept telling Austin, I'm like, when you flip your pillow because you want it to be cool, that's how it felt all the time. Anytime I moved, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is great.
And they're soft.
They're so soft. And the PJs are even softer. It's just, you can definitely, you get what you pay for.
You can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm. That was an exciting milestone, I feel like,
we opened our bank account together.
We did. We went and opened our bank account, so we're legit now.
I'm going to take Lauren's money and run.
You ain't getting mine.
It's okay.
My $100.
Just kidding.
But yeah, it does. I mean, it feels real. So we'll see where it takes us. I'm excited.
Should we tell them what else we're maybe thinking of?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
You go for it.
So when we started Pretty Please, we kind of had two sides of Pretty Please.
Yep.
The one side was the podcast, of course, and then the other side is wholesale that we're thinking about digging into. I've been in the retail world for so long that we've kind of learned a lot about wholesale. Mm-hmm. And so we're kind of thinking about possibly
wholesale. Probably starting with more graphic apparel, jewelry, things like that. It's been hard to really find a whole lot of research out there that's further than that, which we'll eventually find, I'm sure. Yeah. But we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way and we're not just giving somebody something that's super cheap and it's just gonna
for sure
turn around and then be their problem. We don't want that.
No, we want good quality things, but for an affordable price at wholesale so that you can turn around and sell it at retail price. So yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a big learning curve for us for sure. And I think we'll just start with just a little bit and then slowly grow it. I'm excited about that.
I am too.
I feel like we haven't really had a lot of time to even think about it.
We haven't, but I've been thinking about it more and more here lately, just as the boutique's closing the store and we're going to be here and thinking kind of what I want to do and things like that. It's been on my mind a lot.
A lot, yeah.
So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, so if y'all, any boutique owners out there, stay tuned because we've got some exciting things
coming. Or even
coming.
Coffee shops and things like that. Yeah. If they have t-shirts and stuff and or even other businesses out there, I feel like we could. Now it'll be a minimum quantity of something, but if it's a big business out there that wants 100 t-shirts with their logo, that's something we can do.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, you've done some of the Live Love Nashville and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So kind of same thing.
Yeah, the exact same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Too. Now you're probably asking, where are you going to put that? We don't know.
We don't know. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out when that road comes.
Yeah. So.
But it's a potential of it coming sooner rather than later.
Hoping maybe by the holidays season.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So, all right, enough about Bates and Pretty Please. Tell us a little bit about Paige Treats.
So I've been talking a lot about doing a commercial kitchen. And when we bought the house, To our knowledge, it was zoned commercial because there is another company at the end of our road that is commercial that does catering. They do a lot of weddings and things like that. So I've had a few commercial contractors come out, and it is the area, if you watch me on TikTok or even Instagram, things like that, you see where I do my t-shirts. And that's kind of where we would be putting the commercial kitchen. We'd actually be putting a wall in the middle. And shirts would be on one side, the commercial kitchen would be on the other because it's a big enough space. Like, I don't need that much space.
For shirts.
For a kitchen at least.
Oh, for a kitchen.
So, have had some commercial contractors come out. And let me tell you, it is pricey.
It's so expensive.
And that's not just what the contractor's going to cost. It's also the permits that are out there. The equipment that I need, like bare minimum equipment, things like that. It's going to cost me over $100K.
Yeah.
Then when they were going to see how much the permits were going to be, because that was my question. Like, okay, this is your quote that you're giving me.
Yeah.
What are the permits going to cost? And then what is my equipment going to, which the equipment is on me of figuring out what that's going to cost, but what are permits going to cost? So they called to see what all permits I need because I'm out in the country. So there's a little bit different permits out there than it is if you're in the city.
Oh, okay.
And they looked at my address and they're like, well, you're not right now zoned commercial. So I was going to have to go back through the entire zoning process, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I have to do on my end to do. So I was going to do that after the cruise. And then while we were gone, Austin was fixing our flooding problem.
Drainage, yeah.
And he hit a line, and we thought it was just the irrigation or whatever around the house that honestly we didn't even know that we had.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was actually the water up to the shop, which he's fixing. It's not a big deal, but that's just going to be another added cost because I would have to repipe everything.
Yeah. He said it was tiny.
Tiny. So honestly, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that Austin hit it because we probably wouldn't have known until they started cutting into the concrete of the shop.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. If they would have started doing that, then my price probably would have increased by, there's no telling how many thousands of dollars.
I mean, you have to have water in a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. So I don't think I'm doing the commercial kitchen.
Really? Aww. That makes me sad. Because that's been your dream for, I mean, ever since you've moved in the house. That's tough. For sure. Is it just, do you think that, like, it's just the cost that's scaring you?
No. I was talking to Dustin about it the other day, and I was actually talking to another TikToker on the phone about it, and she's in a whole different state. And she's kind of going back and forth, too, because they're about to move and figuring out, like, okay, commercial kitchen costs of where they want to move and everything like that. And she was like, we want to get engaged soon and then married and then have kids. And I was like, us too.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, if Dustin and I do have a kid, say, in 2-3 years, how much am I actually going to be able to have time to go up there?
Yeah. It's hard, and it definitely changes your entire life.
Because, like, if I were to do that, that's the only thing I can do.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I could continue to work at Bates, do Pretty Please, do the wholesale side.
Yeah.
Be a mom.
Yeah.
Have a bakery. Do social media.
Yeah.
And help other small businesses. I mean, I've had a ton of you all just over Instagram and email and phone number, whatever it is, text me and just say, can I talk to you and pick your brain? Which I love doing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give up all of that for one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of goes back to, like, the whole burnout thing, too. Like, if that's all you're doing, which you're not good at just doing one thing.
And that's the thing I know about myself. I'm not good at doing one thing. And don't get me wrong, I love baking.
Yeah.
And I do want to get people my product out there who want it, but there's other ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sharing recipes and
Yeah.
maybe, and I've been thinking about this too, is like doing online classes, doing like a learning book to where they could purchase a learning book.
Yeah.
Doing more recipes, maybe the double-decker cookie recipe.
Uh-oh. Mic drop.
So I'm not going to do the commercial kitchen.
So you've like made up your mind.
Yep. Not going to do that. Not going to open a storefront.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing that you're running into. I would be opening a storefront so I could ship. So now you're telling me that I'm going back into the rabbit hole of being stuck at a location for whatever it is, say 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at night.
No.
And then having a kid and trying to be there for Dustin and my family. And
no. You would be stretched way too thin. It would not.
It wouldn't be. It's not a life that I want to live.
No.
And I understand people out there really, really want to try my stuff who haven't, but there's other ways I can get you that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the route for myself and my family that I have to go.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's good that you've figured that out now before you did go and spend over $100,000.
Yeah.
You know, and then get in there and be like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
This is not.
Well, it's just the more and more like. The cruise was great that we went on because it was able to, like, kind of
sit back and think.
Leave, not think about it. And then, like, on the plane home, like, that's when I was, like...
brainstorming and kind of...
So.
Did being with, like, Paige kind of...
No. Being with Paige made me want to open a storefront.
Really?
Actually, I straight up asked her. I asked her how much it cost her... because Paige will share anything, and she knows it's safe. Like, I'm not going to just throw out her numbers and stuff. She told me how much it cost her a month to keep. Now, it's going to be different because she lives in Louisiana than Nashville. How much it cost a month, how many employees she had, how much she pays herself biweekly, and because this was her first year that she's filed full in store for taxes. Okay. So what that looked like for her. And then I also asked her, I said, is it more stressful for you to own a storefront than it was home baking? And she said, no. I was shocked.
Really?
I was shocked. She said, home baking is way more stressful than owning my storefront. And I asked her why. And she said, she went on the cruise. And her store was open.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Granted, not everything was exact.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the week. But she literally got home Friday. Easter was Sunday.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that kind of made me, like, think about it. But it's not... Paige is one that she is capable of doing one thing and doing her set. Like, I love you, Paige. She's not tech savvy.
Really?
No. She'll call me and be like, hey, can you change something on my website?
Stop.
Oh, I have her log into her website. Like,
oh my God, that's funny.
Or, like, she would ship cookies and she'd be like, the shipping's showing it's not calculating right. So I went in and I fixed whatever she had done. I redid the entire thing. I'm actually going to be redoing her website after I get through, like, May and stuff like that. But it's as much as I've been through with Paige through all of her, like, she calls me and she's like, this is what's happening, or like, what would you do?
Yeah.
Customer wise or employee wise, even. She's like, what is, like, I'm about to write up an attendance and point policy for her. Things like that she was like, I never thought I would need. I was like, I get that, but Paige is such a people pleaser, and like, you see her on, and you don't think she is, but she really is. Like, she wants to make sure everybody is happy before she is. So there was a point in time when she was like, all my employees on vacation. I was like, well, you let them do that.
Yeah.
You can't blame me.
I did the same thing.
I did too. Yeah, like, you let them do that. Like, that was on, like, there's a point, and I understand, like, as a small business, it's hard to tell somebody, like, hey, like, no, you can't go on vacation because X, Y, and Z, but you're also running a business.
Yeah, you have to be.
So it's things, or somebody, like, for her, she has enough employees, like, if somebody were to want to drop a shift, you need to have somebody to fill that shift for her. Like, things like that.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of behind the scenes of her business, and I do see that she's less stressed, because when you're a home baker,
everything's on you.
There's some states that you can hire an assistant, but there's a lot of states that don't allow you to hire an assistant.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So I see why, as a home baker, it can be more stressful. So she's less stressed. She loves it. And I'm happy. I mean, she's in a new location. She's doubled her space, and she's killing it.
That's awesome.
And there's points and times where I'm like, we joked. She was like, just move to Louisiana, and I'm like, why don't you just open me a storefront here?
Yeah.
No. But I think for baking, for me, I want to go back to it being fun and a hobby. Yeah. And still taking custom orders, but not
where you're
25.
Where you're up till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't keep doing that.
No.
Granted, in May, I'm going to be doing that. But, like, I can't keep doing that. Yeah. And I understand people love to see me bake, and they love to see me decorate things. You will still see that.
Yeah. Sure.
It's just not going to be, we're not going to be up on Thursday night or Friday night until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
First off, you need to go to bed, and I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, we all have things we need to do.
Yeah.
And I think I just want to go more of the route of teaching, helping other people get started, doing more recipes out there. Like, if you look at Chell Sweets, she does some orders for customers. I think still, I could be wrong on that, but she has a whole website that is just like learning and teaching and recipes. Really? And I think that's more of the route my gut is telling me to go.
Yeah. And you're good at that.
And I'm very open and honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Like, I want you to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go in, and people are all the time is like, oh, you just bake, that's such a easy and fun hobby. While it's fun, it's not always easy. Mm-hmm. And it's expensive as heck. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. It's not just okay, here's flour, sugar, and butter and eggs. Like, you want that? I will give you a cup of flour, sugar, butter, and eggs in a box. Like, yeah. It's not that easy. And if you go into my baking room, there is thousands of dollars of baking supplies in there. And it's because as I've grown, I've needed it all. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say I'm going to give that all up, because I'm not. Like, I still want to do custom orders, but I want to be able to... My heart is in helping others.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's the next route I want to go. And I don't think people realize that being on my feet all day at Bates and being on live with them, and then I'm coming home and I'm eating dinner. You can't
mentally do that forever.
No, I'm coming home, eating dinner with Dustin. We might have a quick conversation while we're eating dinner, and then I'm getting back on my feet on live and talking to people all night long.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Like, I get a lot of people are probably sitting there saying, like, yeah, I go to work and then I come home and then I work again. But you're probably sitting down or on the computer. Like, yes, you're still working, but it's a total different ballgame when you're on your feet all day, coming home, sitting down and eating dinner for 10, 15 minutes, and then getting back up on your feet.
And talking to people.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
And then if you're not on your P's and Q's and smiling, like, oh, why don't you smile? First off, I have a resting bitch face. I'm sorry. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I've had it since I was little. But if there's one thing, like, what's wrong with, like...
Yeah.
I'm a human being too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have bad
I
days.
told you
I'm
I'd
gonna
be
have
here,
good
so I'm
days.
here.
And that's how I was with the day that my grandma was in the hospital and about to have her heart shocked. Like, I told them I would be there. I wasn't the night before, so I woke up the next morning and I was there.
Guilty.
Because I felt guilty because I told them I was going to do something. And then I had to get off and I was bawling my eyes out. Like,
yeah. You can't.
I'm a people pleaser and I'm just trying to get better at being okay with not pleasing everybody. And I think I have gotten a little bit better about it. But I need people to know, like, I can't be on live 24/7. I can't have, I mean, if somebody wants to, for free, follow me around with a camera that's on live, by all means, go right ahead.
Yeah.
But you're going to see me eating and shitting and doing laundry. Like.
Yeah. You do have a life.
I am just, like, I tell people that I don't know how celebrities and big influencers do it.
No.
And believe me, they don't see a whole lot of, I mean, they see a lot of my life, but there's a lot that they don't see too. And it's the same, I need people to realize, like, you see online most of the time what people want you to see. And while, yes, I do that, but I also show you
the real.
No, I'm not going to sit there and show you Dustin and I's conversations or, like, the private conversation. But I mean, when I lost my job, I told them the next day.
Yeah.
I got up out of bed that morning. I said,
it is what it is.
I told them that I'd be transparent on it. And I can faithfully say I've done that the entire time I've been on social media. Not once have I hid anything from anybody.
Yeah.
When I was moving, whenever I met Dustin, before I met Dustin, the dates I had gone, I mean, I've brought people through my entire life with me. And yes, I have put my life on social media.
Yeah.
But there's also a point in time where, I mean, I get messages, when are you going live again? When are you baking again? When are you baking again? And I get, yes, baking is who I am, but there's a lot of other things to me than baking.
Yeah.
And I want to share that, and I just haven't had the opportunity to fully do that, and that's kind of where I want to go, is doing that, is helping other small business, rather it's baking or something else.
Yeah.
Like,
doesn't have
to be baking. It could be shirts. It could be just social. If you're somebody who wants to get into social media, okay, how you should, like, I know I've learned the algorithms of different things and when the proper thing is to, and they change all the time. But, or, like, a lot of people don't realize that on TikTok, if my video or anybody's video, if they're in the creator fund, is under a minute long, you don't get paid for that video at all.
Really?
It has to be a minute long. And the only times that you get paid for it are impressions on the FYP. So that's why, for your followers that do follow you, liking, commenting, resharing it, reposting it, it helps push it up on the FYP. And when TikTok sees something being watched for, say, a third of the video, they will then push it up on the FYP more because they're making more money as more impressions are coming in.
Interesting.
So it's things like that people don't know. Or don't realize. And you're not going to, but I've taken the time to kind of dig into it a little bit and understand. So things like that, like, it doesn't have to just be baking or like to know it. We talked about a lot of people don't even know that it's out there. Or if you do know it, people think you have to be this big. You don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you said you started at 2,000 followers. I think I started at, like, 18. Like, it wasn't, I was like, you know what?
Let's just try.
Or Amazon storefront.
Yeah.
Like,
anybody can do that.
I think I had maybe 3,000 followers at the time whenever I did that. But you don't have to just share it on Instagram. You can post it on Facebook. I mean, Taylor from Live Love Nashville, she posts some good little cheap things that she finds, and it's in her storefront. So, or changing your Facebook page to, it's not a business page. There's, like, a different page you can change it to where you get paid for your posts.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
I've seen
things like that people don't realize that are out there that I can help them with, but I can't do it as if I had 100 people messaging me about the same thing and typing messages out. I'd rather have like a link
platform
to where they could go and search for it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, let me use my knowledge in different ways, whether it be baking, shirts, social media, whatever it is, to help
others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not going to give up baking because I do love it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've invested a lot of money into it.
Well, and you have so many locals that are so loyal to you.
Yeah.
Know, I mean, those people aren't going anywhere.
No, and I still want to do those things, and I still want to have my creative side out. And when we do have kids, yeah, their birthday cakes are probably going to be a little extra.
Over the top.
But I just think I want to take some of that time to pull back on some of the orders and focus more on you all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm focusing more on everybody else than just one thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said earlier, you're not one to just do one. And I'm kind of the same way, too. Yeah. I mean, yes, I just do baits. Well, and the Pretty Please, too, now. But I have to see changes. Otherwise, I just get bored.
I mean, it's even, you've come and helped me roll cookie dough or package things.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you've helped me come do my own graphic apparel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you've done other things, too.
Yeah, I'm not really one to just do one thing
people all the time are like, focus on one thing. I'm like, I can't. I get bored.
Yeah.
Or like, it's my creative juices just don't. I have to have so many files open in my head for my brain to work. So, I mean, it's like when we were on the plane, I was thinking about the commercial kitchen, but then I was also thinking about Pretty Please and the wholesale and Bates, and Dustin's over there sleeping.
You're just reevaluating life.
So, but I think that is like, I'm evolving. Like, yes.
For sure.
Baking is a huge thing for me. If I'm being 100% honest with you, baking does not bring me in a big income.
Oh, I'm sure. It's expensive, as you said earlier.
It's very expensive. I mean, for a 6-inch just plain white cake, I do charge $75, but that'll feed roughly 12 to 14 people, depending on how you cut it.
Yeah.
But you have your flour, you have your sugar, you have your eggs, you have your buttermilk, you have your powdered sugar. Like, it's expensive. Mm-hmm. So, and then if you want toppers, and you can't just make a cake with that kind of stuff. I have to have my turntable, my spatula, my bench scraper, piping bags, a cup, piping tips.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where, I mean, you do get what you pay for. And that's just like we said about the pajamas or sheets or clothing or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, if you were doing it you would have to be doing a huge amount to make it worth to where that would be your only source.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I did the commercial kitchen, and let's say it's going to cost me, once the piping and stuff was fixed, $175,000 to $200,000. Because that's, if I'm being honest, that's probably what it would be. Because they would have to rip up the entire backyard. Because it goes from the house to the backyard.
Yeah. And
the sewer for the shop is behind the shop. So you would have to run it all the way through. If I were to invest that, you have to think, okay, how much do I need? How long is it going to take me to make that back?
Yeah.
And it's not just, okay, as soon as I drop cookies, I have made all of this back. No, I have to still purchase the ingredients and everything else.
You still have your expenses.
I still have my time.
I mean, you still have to pay your mortgage, there's
still so much that goes into it that I think that some people just see, it's a $7 cookie, you make that back fast. No, ma'am or sir, I do not.
Yeah.
I put time and love into my recipes, and they are worth every penny that I charge.
Yeah.
So while, yes, I could open the commercial kitchen, I would have to do that and that only. Plus, on top of that, I can't crank out 8 to 1,000 cookies a week.
Yeah.
I would have to hire help. So then I have that overhelp. Like, yes, my mom, my dad, your mom.
Yeah.
Mom, everybody would come and help me, I'm sure. But it's like, that's not what I don't want anybody else to think it's a burden. Like, if you're going to come help me, I'm going to pay you.
Yeah.
So I think the commercial kitchen is just not on the cards.
Well, and I mean, say 5 years down the road, or say you do have kids and they grow up and that's still your dream, like then things may change. But
I just feel like where I am in life right now, I'm being pulled in a different direction.
Yeah. Well, you have to go with your gut feeling, just like I did with the storefront.
And I think for people have said, like, you've always wanted to do this or a commercial kitchen. And while I was looking into this, I almost feel like I was forcing myself to do it in a way.
Because that's what everybody else wants.
And that is still, like, what I wanted, but it's not what I want right now.
Yeah.
After looking, instead of just focusing on the right now, like, when you're doing something like that, you really have to sit and think about the overall arching picture and the future
down the road. Yeah, for sure.
And I am 28.
Yeah.
Like, I still have a lot of my life to live. And, I mean, even just sitting here talking to my mom about raising
yeah.
I do want 3, 5-ish kids.
Ooh.
Probably 3, because Dustin's time is clocking away. But, I mean, 3 kids is still a lot. And, yes, when they're babies, you can put them on and I could still bake, but as they get older, they're going to have gain. Like, I don't want my kids to be at home and saying, oh, all my mom does is work. Or, oh, all my dad does is work. Or, oh, all I have to do is roll cookie dough. Because I will put their asses to work. But it's just like, I want to be what my mom was. And that was there.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
You don't want to miss out on all those special things that happen.
And I think that, just like you say, Bates, like, Liam's getting older. Like, you want to be there for him, but you also don't want to leave the boutique in a bind either, because that's what provides for your family.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah. Lots of decisions being made, but, like I've always said, and I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Yep. So, we just have to kind of sit back and let him control it.
Yep.
And figure it all out if we can. So.
I don't know why I'm crying.
Good. No, this is good. I think it's been a good little update. I think people, have been asking us a lot of questions. And honestly, I'm not even sure we knew the answers.
I didn't know the answers.
And so I think it's good for us to come on here and keep everybody informed. Because like you said, we do try to
be honest
and upfront and let you guys know.
But there is a point in time, like, when they were asking questions, like, I didn't, like, we were going back and forth. It's like one day I'd be like, yep, commercial kitchen's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'd be like, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does take time to make those decisions. It's not just drop of a hat. And yeah, you can say, well, you did all this other, like, the commercial contractor. Yes, I did. But I did all that work to figure out, you have to have all the pieces to make the decision. And I had to have that piece. And I don't want to say that made the decision, because it wasn't like I can go out there and get small business loans and things like that. But it was just a piece of the puzzle.
Yep. For sure. You want to wrap it up?
You can wrap it up, because I don't think I can.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Pretty Please podcast. I hope that you guys learned a little bit, and we kind of gave you a little bit of information that you were wanting. Yeah. So, but yeah, stay tuned. We'll try to come back and update you guys as we know more as well on life. So
God, hopefully it's not like this.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and remember,
be kind to one another.